Hey guys, it's Bartram here from Warrior Fitness and Health, and in this short vlog I'm going to be teaching you how to use your bathroom scales correctly and some factors that can influence the number that you see on that scale but down by your feet. So folks, using bathroom scales correctly, if you're using the scales to measure your progress during your fitness and health journey, weighing and the scale weight can be quite important to you. It is only one metric because we have got body fat calipers, tape, how you look and feel, your progression in the gym, how the clothes fit, how you look good naked in the mirror. So on this vlog I'm just going to be going through with you how to use them bathroom scales correctly. So if you do weigh-ins, you need to set it up like a semi-scientific experiment. And what I mean by that is you need to be using the same scales, the same day, the same time of the day, and you in the same position on them scales. So what do I mean by that? Gold class or a gold standard example of how to weigh yourself correctly would be, for an example, when I weigh myself, it's usually on a Saturday morning. When I rise out of bed, I've done my toilet trips, I'm naked, I use the same digital scales on the same area of the bathroom on the same time of a Saturday, however frequently I'm weighing myself. So you need to set it up so it's the same conditions every week. You wearing the same clothes or no clothes, same scales, same area of the bathroom, same time of the same day. So some factors that can influence the weight that you see on the scale. Number one, stomach content. If you're weighing yourself later in the day when there's undigested food or 2 to 3 litres of water in the digestive system, you're clearly going to be heavier than you are first thing in the morning. So recommended weighing yourself, it's going to be first thing in the morning, but just know if you are weighing yourself later in the day, some of that weight is going to be undigested food and water. Number two, the next factor that can influence your scale weight is the impact of stress on your body. So it might be work, family, environment, children, etc, etc. When our bodies are under stress, we produce cortisol. Where there's cortisol, we hold a little bit more water than we normally would within the muscles, the soft tissues in the skin. So if you're stressed for any reason, you are going to be holding water. That's going to prevent weight loss, and it's going to potentially show a larger number on the scale because of the additional water within your body. Number three, the carbohydrates in your system. If you've had a lot of carbohydrates the previous day, if you've had a training day and you've had lots of carbs to fuel your workout, for every gram of carbohydrate, there's roughly about 3 grams of water that is next to that gram of carbs, because carbs and water are best friends. So if you've had a high carb day the previous day, on the scale day or your weighing day, you're going to weigh a little bit more than normal. So you need to factor that in. Number four, this is for you ladies only, time of the month. Anywhere during 2 days before you come on to 2 to 3 days after, estrogen production is being manipulated, and that's going to affect the amount of water retention in your body. So it can be totally normal that you can hold between 2 and 5 pounds of extra body weight during your time of the month. Clearly it's water retention, it's not body fat, it's just part of your cycle. So you need to factor this into your regular weigh-ins. So number five, the time of the day that you weigh yourself. I touched on this briefly about stomach content, but as it goes later through the day, when you've got more and more food in your system, more water in your system, you're going to be getting a little bit heavier, a little bit heavier. You can sometimes weigh a little bit more after working out due to the inflammation in the body. So as the day goes on, you're potentially going to get heavier and heavier. From my own point of view, I've run some experiments, and sometimes I can weigh myself first thing in the morning, I can weigh myself last thing at night, and them two weights can vary by up to 5 pounds by effects of the day on my body, food content and water content. So the time of the day you weigh yourself is really critical. Ideally, first thing in the morning after you've slept and rested, after your toilet trip, that's going to give you a good baseline for the correct time to weigh yourself. The next factor that can affect your weigh-ins is if you're using different scales. Now, I have this with clients all the time. They say when they get on my scales at a particular gym I'm working at, they'll say, oh, them scales are out because at home mine say this. Well, every scales is going to be calibrated slightly different. So let's think less about the difference between the scales and let's have a look at the trend. So if your PT's weighing you, your PT is not necessarily looking at your specific weight, they're looking to see if the trend is going down or whether it's going up in line with your goals. But for you, if you're not involved with a PT and you're weighing yourself, just make sure you're using the same scales all of the time. And obviously digital is going to be superior to the old analog dial ones. And the last factor for this vlog that can influence your scale weight or your weighing days is how much processed food you have. So if you eat quite a bit of processed food, or the previous day you've eaten some processed food, and I'm talking about takeaways, packaged foods, foods that are packaged with a load of ingredients that you don't really know what they are and you need a science degree to figure out how to actually say a word, or something with a load of E numbers on, there's a chances that there's got extra carbs in there, there's a chances it's got extra salt in there and an ingredient called MSG. All of these are going to attract water into the body. It's going to potentially give an incorrect weight. So processed food can really impact your weigh-ins on the scale. So you need to factor this in as well and keep processed food to a minimal. So that's it for this quick vlog. I'm hoping you've learned how to use the scales correctly, and just to summarise, it needs to be the same scales, same time of the day, you in the same condition, and the scales within the same place. And there's a few factors there can influence that weighing process for you. If you've got any questions on using the scales or weighing in, please contact me. Anything else you need to know about my services, go onto Google, search Matt Bartram PT. That's going to take you to my Facebook page, or you can do a search for my website, which is www.personaltrainertamworth.com. Please like and share my page, and I'll see you in the next vlog.